Today, Bungie released their much-anticipated blog about the future of Destiny 2. If you'd like to read the article in full, just go to bungie.net, you can see for yourself. But this video is going to highlight and focus on the changes that you can expect in December, more specifically the update on December 5th, and then also the update on December 12th. Bungie had this to say about the 5th and 12th updates. Both updates combined include improvements set against the following goals. 1. Deepen rewards for advanced players. 2. Provide more player control over obtaining rewards. 3. Make shards useful by adding things to use them for. And finally, provide general quality fixes wherever possible. This is a brief summary of all of the changes that you can expect to see on December 5th. I will then go over each bullet point in much more detail. Armor ornaments for visual customization. Banshee weapon and armor mod updates. Master Rahul selling legendary engrams, and reputation token changes. Naturally, let's begin with armor ornaments. Armor ornaments will be added to some existing armor sets for more visual customization without losing your shaders or mods. Thank God. These ornaments will be unlocked by completing objectives specific to each set and are permanently unlocked account-wide, just like exotic weapon ornaments, so you'll be able to use them across all of your characters. They will be applied to the base pieces that you may have already collected and can now unlock on vendors if not. In Season 2, which drops with the DLC on December 5th, the following sets have ornaments unlocked in their respective activities: Vanguard faction armor, Crucible faction armor, Trials of the Nine armor, Iron Banner armor, Dead Orbit armor, Future War Cult armor, can't forget about New Monarchy armor, and Eater of the World's Raid Lair armor, which is the new raid extension in the Leviathan. Now let's take a look at this ornament picture from the blog. As you can see here, Iron Pledge ornament. It is an armor ornament, and you must win 25 Iron Banner matches during Season 2 to unlock the ornament. I would take it that you would see something very similar for Trials of the Nine to win Trials matches. Vanguard might be complete a certain amount of strikes or complete a Nightfall or a Prestige Nightfall. These are all speculations, but you get the idea. Let's take a look at the changes to the mod front with Banshee. Banshee has some updates on the weapon and armor mod front. For players wanting to clear some mod inventory space, which we all do, rare quality mods will dismantle into gunsmith materials and have a chance to produce legendary quality mod components. So we no longer have to acquire mod components strictly through crafting legendary mods and dismantling them. We can get them through rare mods as well. For players chasing specific legendary mods, including legendary kinetic mods, which are extremely hard to get, Banshee will offer a selection of specific legendary mods for direct purchase, with a selection that will rotate daily and cost legendary shards and mod components. Here's a screenshot of Banshee's new inventory. So previously, as the game stands now, which is just pre-December, you can only craft a randomly generated armor mod or a weapon mod. That would be a legendary, and the way that you would acquire that is you would use your blue mods to craft legendary mods, and then you would dismantle them to get components, and then you would craft these mods at random. But now, as we stated earlier, Banshee's inventory will be rotating daily, so you'll have a little bit of RNG to get that mod that you're looking for, but you can see here we have a kinetic counterbalance mod, and it requires 5 mod components, which we can now get through blue mods, so they're much easier to acquire, and then 10 legendary shards. If you've been playing the game at all, you have hundreds or thousands of legendary shards. So I think this will be something that'll be really nice, especially if you're looking to help level your character up quickly and you need that kinetic mod or that specific leg armor mod that you're really looking for. You know, just keep checking his inventory every day. It kind of gives me that feeling of checking the bounties every day in Destiny 1. Let's move on to Master Rahul changes. For players chasing a world legendary, which I'm guessing is just a legendary engram or a legendary drop that you can get from pretty much doing anything, such as a public event, or looking for masterworks, which we will get into shortly with the December 12th update, Master Rahul will sell some of his rumored hoard of legendary engrams for legendary shards. So once again, you'll be able to use your legendary shards to purchase legendary engrams, just as you could buy specific legendary engrams from the Cryptarch in Destiny 1. I don't know if these are going to rotate like they did in Destiny 1. For example, Destiny 1, some weeks you would have a special weapon engram, sometimes you would have a primary. I don't know how the system's going to work, but I guess that we will find out. Tokens, 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 our favorite thing to talk about. Well, let's see the changes that they are making to the tokens on December 5th. Changes affecting reputation tokens. Daily challenges will have reputation token awards increased across the board. So more tokens. Caged treasure chests still offer variable rewards, but now guarantee at minimum a payout of destination appropriate reputation tokens, so no more empty chests. Strikes now will drop a larger number of Vanguard reputation tokens, hopefully some more incentive to run strikes. Common quality destination resource tokens, so the green ones, will have their drop rates increased to 100%, and values per token increased as well, by 50% for common quality tokens, the green ones, and 250% for rare quality tokens, so blue tokens. Now we are getting more tokens and their values are increased, and this actually kind of makes sense for what they're doing since all of the vendors are opening up for purchases. On the balance, reputation required per reward engram will increase for destination factions by 37% and gunsmith by 57%. So if you're on a planet and you want to receive a legendary reward by turning in the planetary tokens, you have to turn in 37% more on planets, and you have to turn in 50% more for the gunsmith. And then finally, Leviathan raid tokens will be redeemed at Benedict immediately upon obtaining a token, instead of requiring a full clear before unlocking. So that sums up all of the changes for the December 5th update and the DLC drop date. So let's look at what's coming a week later, December 12th. The changes on that date, summarized, are Masterworks versions of legendary weapons, faction vendor purchases, Xur's new offerings, Zavala and Shax's gift consumables, relaxation of exploit safeguards, and vendor beckoning frequency. Okay, let's talk about the first big change coming December 12th. And this is the one change that personally I'm most excited for and I think has the most potential. So, legendary weapons excuse me, will drop as or be upgraded to become Masterworks versions. So what is a Masterwork version of a weapon? Masterworks will have a few advantages over the baseline legendary weapon. Track and display the number of kills with that weapon, with choice between total count or crucible only count. I think this is really cool. Everybody likes to track their stats and track their kills as a striker with the emblem, etc. And I think it'd be really cool to put your guns up against each other here and sort of compete with your friends a little bit. Generate orbs for you and your allies on multi-kills. Now, this is interesting because the wording says generate orbs for you and your allies on multi-kills. I'm not sure if they meant to word it like that, but the way that that's worded is that you are going to generate orbs for yourself on multi-kills. If this is a thing, this is really, really cool. That would be pretty much overpowered. It would make you feel very powerful. It would enable you to get your super much quicker. I think it would make for some really cool challenges and speed runs and things like that, and just team comp. I just think that would be really cool if they worded that correctly and you really are going to be able to create orbs for yourself. I think this would actually be the first time ever that there has been any sort of perk, exotic, legendary, anything that would enable you to create orbs for yourself. Orpheus Rig kinda has that same effect, but not actually. And then add a weapon stat bonuses that are selected randomly from a small pool and are re-rollable. So this is something that we've been talking about and complaining for a while. Now, I do not think that this means that we are going to be able to re-roll weapons as a whole. I think Better Devils is still going to have the perks that Better Devils has. but the Masterworks, I guess, the Masterworks stat or the Masterworks perk that will turn the gun into this elite supercharged version of the gun, I think that is going to be what is going to be re-rolled. And I have a picture coming up shortly after this that will go into more detail about what this Masterworks perk actually looks like. But for now, let's continue. Masterworks drop from any source of legendary weapons for characters above 250 power, so that'll pretty much be anybody unless you're leveling a character. Unwanted Masterworks can be dismantled into materials that can upgrade an existing legendary weapon into a Masterwork. So if you have a weapon that is a Masterwork version and it's a weapon that you don't like, you can dismantle that, and it looks like you'll be able to put those materials towards a weapon that you do like, such as Better Devils or something of that nature. Raid and Trials of the 9 weapons will have a very high chance to be Masterworks, so it looks like we'll be getting Masterworks versions of those weapons, which will make Raid loot and Trials of the 9 loot feel a little bit more rewarding. And we can also use those materials to put it into other weapons if we don't like the Raid or the Trials weapons. And then they said, we have future plans to extend Masterworks to other gear and expose your kill counts in more places. Example, Crucible kill screen. Okay, so like I promised, here is a picture of a Masterwork perk. So you see right in the middle, Masterwork weapon, 10 reload speed. So I'm guessing that that means that it is adding 10 to the reload speed perk at the bottom. And then it says this weapon generates orbs on multi-kills and displays the number of enemies defeated by using it. Now the wording here says generates orbs on multi-kill, so that's more of a traditional orb generating perk like you've seen in Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. It doesn't say anything about creating orbs for your own character. You'll also see there at the bottom under 300 attack, you'll see enemies defeated 77. I think that's pretty cool, and this is what I think is going to be able to be re-rolled. I don't think any of the other original weapon perks will be. I just think you'll be able to get maybe like instead of 10 reload, you might be able to get 10 range or something like that. I don't know if the 10 is going to be a standard, if we'll be able to see bigger numbers like 20 or 30. That would be pretty neat, but it'll be interesting to see what the table is that it'll pull these perks from for sure. And then I thought I'd show this. I thought this was interesting. If you look at the magazine, 35. Uriel's gift only has a magazine of 33. So this leads me to believe that one of the Masterwork weapon perks is an increased magazine size as well. Okay, moving on to faction vendor purchases. Faction armor and weapons will be unlocked for purchase for legendary shards and faction tokens on most faction vendors. All 5 armor slots will always be present, and weapons will rotate weekly on factions that have them. Slots will be unlocked by claiming reward engrams from the respective faction. You will get credit for engrams you may have already claimed since launch. So any engrams that you have already unlocked from specific factions, it looks like the game is going to keep track of that and give you credit so that you can unlock faction purchases without having to grind out a couple engrams. I don't know that I really agree with that. I think we should just have to kind of start fresh. It'll give us something to grind for, but at least the vendors are now open and we can buy stuff from them. And here's a look at what the new faction vendor inventory screen is going to look like. As you can see, the first thing that I notice is the red bar under the Hunter Cloak. I see claim 2 reward engrams to unlock. Now, as we heard before, any engrams that we unlocked are going to be carried over since the beginning of the game, so most of us will probably already have this unlocked unless I'm reading this wrong. And then to purchase it, it's 15 legendary shards, which is definitely on the cheaper end. I wish it was a little bit more expensive because we're just going to be able to buy these things like crazy. And 10 Crucible tokens. You'll notice too at the bottom there's a miscellaneous rare Crucible token. I don't know how much that is going to be worth compared to the greens. I'm going to guess either 2 or 5 or something like that. I don't know if when you buy one reward, if it's going to say claim an additional reward to unlock the next piece, or if each individual piece has its own number of reward engrams that you have to unlock. Maybe they're all different. Maybe the boots are 3, the helmet's 5, but I guess we will find out. So it looks like we're going to have some new stuff coming from Xur. Xur has some new offerings for players collecting exotics. Every week you'll be able to acquire one of the new fated engrams using legendary shards that will decrypt as exotics that aren't already in your collection. So let's hope that this is very accurate in tracking, because this means that you'll be able to go to Xur, purchase this engram, and it'll look at what you have, and it'll give you something that you haven't collected yet or is not in your collection in the vault. A simpler 3 of coins that boosts exotic drop rates from any source for 4 hours. I do not like this. I hate 3 of coins. Thought it was the worst thing they did to Destiny 1. This is probably one of the biggest downfalls of this of these update details. But what are you going to do? No obscure stacking mechanics or need to reapply before every boss. These cost legendary shards, and you can have as many as you like. You can have as many as you like, 4 hours. I don't like this. I hope they're ridiculously expensive. It's just gonna throw loot at us even more. I think the Fated Engram is a good idea. We will look at a picture here. So as you can see, this is the Fated Engram. An engram with a predestined outcome. It will contain a new exotic if any remain to be collected. Notice the little 777 there. But these do cost 97, so these are a little bit more expensive. I still wish they were a little bit more expensive than 97. Maybe like 120, 130 would be a reasonable. But I think this is cool. I like the Fated Engram. It's really annoying when you can't get that one exotic, and it would be nice to choose wisely which character you want to go purchase this on. I'm just going to assume that they're always going to decrypt into something on that character or a weapon, and if you have everything already, it's obviously just going to pull something at random, and then that consumable at the bottom looks like the 3 of coins option that we'll be getting. And then we'll briefly talk about the last 3 points. The Commander, Zavala, and Lord Shaxx gift consumables. So Zavala and Shaxx will sell gift consumables for legendary shards that can be used during a strike or crucible match that will serve the following functions. Grant bonus rewards to everyone in that activity upon completion, friend or foe alike. Award anything from faction tokens to a round of exotics for everyone in the match. Well, isn't that nice? I think this is very similar to the reputation boosters that we had in Destiny 1. And so I think we'll probably see something very similar to that, but with rewards. Exploit safeguards on chests and resource nodes are greatly relaxed, and players should encounter them less frequently. Even if they do encounter them, drop rates for tokens is only reduced to 30% instead of 0, and Glimmer will be unaffected. We want to associate a visual indicator with this in the future update, but we weren't able to pull that off in this update, but we do hear you. And finally, vendors will now beckon you to hand in your reputation tokens only when you're carrying enough to earn a reward engram. Basically, they're not going to be as annoying. Okay guys, that does conclude all of the updates for December 5th and December 12th in detail. Bungie did conclude with this statement after those details. They said, with the launch of Curse of Osiris and the beginning of Season 2, you can expect to see a full suite of patch notes that will document all of the changes outlined above, as well as additional gameplay and sandbox tuning changes the team is making to improve Destiny 2. We'll also soon be providing preload and launch day details, as well as a roadmap for our Season 2 content, which includes the dawning in mid-December. So, once again, if you do want to go back and look at all of this for yourself, you can see everything in full detail at bungie.net. I did not include any of the details regarding all of the other patch notes for the new year. They did have tons of other things to say about 2018 and their potential changes. I just wanted to focus on the immediate, what you're going to see next week, what you're going to see the week after that, and to carry you through December and through the holidays, and it looks like we're getting the dawning update in mid-December. So, yeah, I hope this was informative. I tried to just hit all the key points and tried to keep my opinions to somewhat of a minimum, although I did throw in my little opinions here and there on most of the bullet points. but nothing too crazy. Just wanted to highlight the key points if any of you guys didn't get a chance to look at the article or not. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you disagree with anything that I've said. Let me know if you disagree with anything that Bungie said. Just, you know, shout something out in the comments if there's anything that you would like me to address. Or let me know your thoughts. You know, it's interesting. I haven't checked Reddit yet. I haven't really spoken to anybody from my clan yet about this. I just wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. So let me know, guys. Let me know, and I will probably catch you guys in a stream or in the next video, and we can talk about all the updates. But until then, I will see you guys December 5th. And oh yeah, I just had to throw this out there. I will have the face cam on December 5th, so if you guys don't ever tune into my streams or anything, please do. We will have a brand new PC setup and a face cam and everything, so it'll be much more interactive. Alright, love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. Just hit 25,000 subs today. I cannot thank you guys enough, and I will see you guys later. Peace, man.